everyone, and welcome to this beautiful slow flow. Today we'll focus on building a strong connection between our breath, body and mind, so that at the end of this practice we feel fresh and energized, able to continue with the rest of the day with the best intentions. If you're ready, step onto the mat and we will begin. Let's come together in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. If necessary, you can sit up on a block or a blanket so that you feel a little bit taller. Bring the index and thumb fingers together, Gyan Mudra, close your eyes. And we'll take just a few moments here as we begin to focus on the breathing. Slow inhale, followed by a slow exhale. Now, and for the duration of this practice, try to continue breathing through the nose and always be fully aware of how you feel, how you breathe. Another breath here. And now slowly extend your head over to the side. Continue sitting tall, breathing both of the shoulders down onto your back. And now feel a nice stretch running through the side of the neck. Good. And lift up to the center. Extend on to the other side. Inhale, lift up. Circle through the shoulders. As you circle through the shoulders backwards, notice how the shoulder blades come a little closer together. And a few circles the opposite way forward. Very good. Bring the shoulders down. Inhale, lift up through the arms. Interlace the fingers, open up through the palms of the hands. Lift up through the chest. Squeeze the arms slightly closer towards the head. Deep inhale. Exhale, reach the arms forward, round the back, chin to the chest. Hold it here. Feel the stretch through the spine. Inhale, lift. Unclasp the hands, interlace the fingers behind the back, open through the chest as wide as possible, and draw the shoulder blades closer towards one another. Deep inhale. Exhale, fold forward, as close to the floor as it is available to you today. Reaching through the arms up towards the ceiling, don't force it, take it easy and slow. Inhale, lift. Unclasp the hands, reach through the arms up. Exhale, release. Bring your left arm on top of your head and extend your head over to the left side. Put some pressure with your hand on top of your head to feel a deeper stretch through the side of the neck. Now extend your right arm out to the side. Flex the hand and spread the fingers. Breathe through the stretch. Now let's try to circle through the right arm backwards. Just a few times, small circles. Very good. And now reach your right arm a little farther backwards to the corner. Hold it here. The stretch is running through all of the arm. Keep your fingers active. And lift up. Release. Let's try it on the other side. Extend your head over to the right. Place your right hand on top of the head. Extend your left arm out to the side. Flex the fingers. Circle through the arm backwards a few times, slow and easy. Good. Reach the arm a little bit behind you. Come back to the center. And release. Very good. Extend one of your legs out to the side and keep the other foot closer towards you. With the next inhale, sweep through the arms up. Exhale, side bend over to the side. Keep the chest open. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, side bend on to the other side. Inhale, lift. One more time over to this side. Chest up. Inhale, lift. And now as we reach towards this side, we'll try to lift the hips up and away from the floor. Exhale, release. And let's try it now on the other side. Place the hand next to the hips. It will be a little harder to reach the hips up here. And release. One last time, inhale, lift. Exhale over to this side, lift the hips up. Lengthen through the side of your body, hold it here. And exhale, bring it down. Very good. Inhale, lift through the arms up. Exhale, side body stretch. Let's pause here for a little bit. Feeling a nice stretch through this side, running all the way from the lower back towards the chest. Breathe deep into the rib cage, into the side of your body. And inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold forward, somewhere in between your legs. Walk your hands as far forward as it is available. You might start to feel the stretch through the inside of the right leg, or the leg extended to the side. Lift up through the chest. Just a few deep breaths here as we're trying to lengthen through the spine. Make sure this knee is facing up and keep your toes actively pointed. One more breath. Inhale, come back to seated. Let's change the sides. Extend the other leg to the side. The foot a little closer in towards you. Inhale, lift through the arms up. Exhale, side bend over to the side as you open through the chest up. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, side bend over to the other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, extend. Inhale, up. Exhale, bring the hand by the side and lift the hips up. Exhale, sit the hips down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, on to the other side. Lift the hips up as high as possible. And exhale down. One more time, inhale, lift. Exhale, over to the side and now reach long through the side of your body. Hold it here as you lengthen. Bring the hips down. Inhale, lift through the arms up. And exhale, extend over your leg. Reach long through the arm. Open through the chest up. And try to press the hip down towards the floor so that you feel a little deeper of a stretch through the side body. Connect to your breath. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, reach forward. Walk your hands as far forward as it is available. Take it slow, take it easy. Just slightly stretching through the inner thighs, moving into the hips. Take a moment here to become aware of your breathing. Become aware of the thoughts that still keep coming to your mind. And how you feel today. becoming comfortable and at peace with everything that's happening in your life nowadays. Learning how to be patient. One more breath here. Make your way back up into the seated. Beautiful. Extend the legs in front of you. And here, point both of the feet towards you. Flex the feet away from you. Got as much of the movement in the ankles, soles of the feet. Normally we neglect our feet. So bringing a little movement, strength, awareness is really healthy. Let's go for 10 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sit tall. 5. You can also sit up on a block or a blanket. 8, 9, 10. Feeling a little warmth through the legs. Release. Make your way forward into a tabletop position. Hands underneath the shoulders. Knees hip distance apart. A few cat and cow movements. With the next inhale, open through the chest, tailbone up, soften the belly down. Exhale around the back, chin towards the chest. With your breath, inhale, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more rounds. Inhale, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, full arch through the back. Inhale. One last time. Exhale. Beautiful. Let's go for the modified downward facing dog. So bring the knees closer to the sides of the mat. Walk your hands forward, hands are shoulder distance apart. Spread the fingers wide, hug the elbows, hug the tricep in, and now extend through the back as you push the hips back and up towards the ceiling. Very good. Your forehead and your elbows are not touching the floor. You feel the strength through the arms. You feel the length through the back, holding it here. Press into the mat as if you want to push it away from you. This allows you to elongate even deeper. You hold it a little bit longer. During this practice, you can take as many breaks as necessary. Let's give it 5 more breaths. Breathe in deep. One more breath. Well done. Lift the chest up. Walk the hands towards you. Bring the knees a little closer together. Make your way into the child's pose. Fold forwards. Bring the stomach and chest towards the thighs. And try to become as comfortable, as relaxed as possible. Letting go of all the tension. And reminding yourself that letting go is a continuous process. So every time, keep staying aware of how you feel. If the tension comes back into your body towards your face, you're there to notice it. You'll be there to release. 3 more breaths here. Stretching through the back. Beautiful. Let's come up into the downward facing dog. Spread the fingers. Tuck the toes. Lift the knees up and off the floor. I encourage you to keep the knees bent in the beginning of the practice as you look for the length through the spine. If available, you can slowly walk the feet in place a few times, reaching one heel towards the mat. Beautiful. Hold your downward facing dog. Well done. Inhale, walk your feet forward to the front of the mat. Take your time. Bring the toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Soften into the knees as you fold forward. Inhale, lift up to standing. Reach through the arms up and lengthen. Exhale, take the hands to the heart center, Anjali Mudra. We'll go through a sun salutation. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, soften the knees, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway up, open through the chest. Exhale, step it back into the plank. With the next exhale, bring the knees down, untuck the toes. As you hug the elbows in through Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, shoulders down as you lift up Cobra, just halfway up. Exhale, press it back and up. Downward facing dog. 3 more breaths here. 1. 2. 3. Let's walk forward one more time. Inhale, walk forward, come up onto the fingertips. Exhale, fold forward, bend the knees. Inhale, lift up to standing and lengthen. Exhale, hands to the heart. Close your eyes, take a deep breath here. Observe how you feel right now. Let's go through one more sun salutation, really moving with your breath. Inhale, lift through the arms up. Exhale, slowly fold forward. Inhale, halfway up, look ahead of you. Exhale, step it back into the plank. Deep inhale, hold your plank just for a little bit. Exhale, knees down, lower onto the floor. Inhale, lift up Cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog one more time. Hold it here. Again, if available, you can start to slowly straighten the legs. But remember that the main focus of this pose is to lengthen through the back. So try not to round your back as you begin to straighten your legs. One more breath. Beautiful. Inhale, walk the feet forward one more time. Exhale, fold forward, relax the head down. Inhale, lift up to standing. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Wonderful. Let's come back just in a standard position for a tree pose, our first balancing pose. So balancing on one leg, bring the other foot either on the ankle, toes facing down, and really trying to open the knee to the side. Hands at the heart center. If this feels easy to you, you can lift the foot slightly higher. Might be taking it all the way into the inner thigh, activating into your glutes so that you can open through the hips and point the knee to the side. Very good. Just like a tree, we are rooting through the standing leg into the floor, all the way towards the earth. We are gaining the strength through this connection. And with every single inhale, we are growing a little bit taller, reaching up through the crown of the head, all the way towards the sky. Notice the energy running through the body. Stay focused. One more breath here. And slowly release. Let's change the sides. Bring the other foot either around the ankle, a little higher, or might be all the way into the inner thigh. Point the knee to the side away from you. Bring the hands towards the heart. And again, find this connection. Find the length. And grow a little bit taller. Feeling strong, feeling beautiful, feeling open and spacious. Hold it here. 1, 2, 3, and release. Very good. We'll take a triangle pose, so you can step at the front of the mat with your feet facing forward. And now take one of your legs and step it back. So this foot is parallel to the short edge of the mat, and this foot is facing forward, aligning the heel through the middle of the arch of the back foot. Inhale, reach through the arms out to the sides, grow taller. And now from here, extend forward, point these fingers down, and reach this arm up. You can continue looking down. If it feels comfortable for your neck, you can gaze up. You'll feel the stretch through the side of your body, through the back. Try to hug the stomach in to provide yourself a little bit more support, and now lengthen out through the arms as you reach forward through the crown of your head. Hold it here, feet press into the floor. 1, 2, 3. Very slowly, using the strength of your core, lift back and up. Very good. Let's change the sides. Turn this foot in. Open this foot out. Inhale, lift up through the arms. Already now, pull the navel in. Feel the awareness around the center of your body. Inhale, extend over to the side. Point the fingers towards the floor. And open through this arm up. Open through the chest. Reach out long through the arms. And feel that the energy is radiating through the crown of your head as you're lengthening. Beautiful. Hold it here. 1, 2, 3. Slowly lift back and up to the center. Very good. Bring the feet to parallel. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands on the waist. And slowly extend forward, parallel with the floor. We are holding it here. We are lengthening through the crown of your head forward, and already now feeling the stretch through the back of your legs. Shift the weight a little further forward so that you feel that your toes start pressing into the floor. A few deep breaths here. If it's available, you can try to take the hands to the floor. You can use the blocks or books underneath your hands. You can always a little bit wiggle the hips from side to side. You don't have to hold the stretches still. Very good. Let's walk the hands over to the right. Right toes facing forward. Bring the knee to the floor. Hands to the left of the right foot, sinking the hips down. If this feels like a good place to stay, you can stay here. If available, we'll be lowering down onto the forearms in our lizard lunge. And again here, you can grab hold of the books, blocks, whatever you have handy. And lowering down here. Again, connect to your breath. Become aware of how the stretch feels through the hips, inner thighs. Continue to let go of all the thoughts, all the responsibilities that you have in this life. Allowing yourself to dedicate this practice, to dedicate this short time to your well-being, to your health, to your happiness. Just a little bit longer here. Very good. Lift up onto the hands. Step the right foot back. Might be wiggle the hips from side to side. Circle a few times. Let's change the sides. Step the left foot forward. Might be stay here on your hands. It might feel more intense or it might feel easier on this side. That's absolutely fine. Hold it here. If available, lower down onto the forearms. You can place 2 blocks underneath each elbow. Close your eyes. More breath. Lift up onto your hands. Step the left foot back. Set the blocks aside. Slowly lower down onto the floor. Hands next to the chest, elbows in. Inhale, lift up, cobra. Exhale, down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. With the next inhale, lift yourself onto the hands and knees and come back and down into the child's pose. Take a deep exhale through the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Beautiful. Notice how you feel. Slowly lifting up into the seated position. This is the end of our practice today. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat. If you like this video, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you on the mat soon again.